Hello, once again, this is take number 5, where we go over the High Performance Group, or HPG Airbus H145 helicopter. This aircraft you can purchase in the base pack, which I did first, and you have to do first before you get to the action pack, which is what we're going to talk about here. The base pack comes with civilian, luxury, and military, with several different liveries. The action pack includes offshore, firefighting, civilian cargo, military cargo, and HEMS, or HEMS. Excuse me. We'll be doing HEMS today. We are running Carolina Air Care, or UNC Carolina Air Care, Tar Heel 1. It's an add-on livery that I got. I also have Duke Lifelite. These are both local to me. We are positioned at KLBT, Lumberton, North Carolina. We'll just be kind of running through this real quick. So I've already got the aircraft started, configured for flight, ready to go. There is no flight plan in here. You'll see why here shortly. Gonna clear those messages. Down here you have your iPad, which is a cool little feature. Bunch of different things on here. Let's check the METAR real quick for Lumberton. Okay, no wind, good. It's not the greatest flight weather today, but it's fine for now. Alright. Alarms, web, a little game on here, Flappy Bird, Neopad for my Neofly, HPG, Hype Radio, little nav map, Navigraph, you got those both in there. Aircraft, real quick, you just set up your aircraft however you like it. I've already got mine configured the way I like it. Crew and payload. I turned the pilot, which is me, off, as my fat legs seem to block the autopilot. You know what? I may not use that today. Just put my legs back on. Show you the difference in the Hype and the Asobo co-pilots, or the uniforms. They try to get as close to real as they can. So you see these guys have Carolina blue stripes. That's not their actual uniform. The uniform looks different. The Asobo changes to your typical airliner. So there we go. So in these HEMS flights, at least here local to me, there is no co-pilot, and there is also only 2 people in the back. Take a third person out. There's a flight medic and a flight nurse. Set your fuel. There we go, I set my 50. This button will put a crew member at the rear of the aircraft, where you can open the rear doors. That person will load and unload the gurney. Just press that button. You can add a patient to that gurney. Do that manually, or when we get to a scene, they should, if I do it correctly, land correctly, they should automatically hop out, go to the bag, unload the gurney, go to the scene, secure the patient, bring them back, load them into the rear of the aircraft, where we then pick the hospital to fly to. We do that, and when we land, they do the same thing. Hop out, pull the gurney out, take the patient off to the side, dump them in the grass, and then we're back. Alright, so that's configuration's done. Here's autopilot, lights, everything good. Turn navs on, landing and strobe. Just go ahead and get that out of the way now. Doors, you can do that. Alright, not worried about autopilot right in a second. I'm not going to mess with that. Lights are good, okay. Failures of maintenance, I don't really mess with that too much. I'm still a novice at flying this aircraft, so I don't want to add any extra stress. Maps and missions, this is where we go here. Zoom in, zoom out, you can check your orientation. Right now, my aircraft is facing north. I want my map orientation north, so my aircraft is facing more to the southeast. Here's map layers. I'm going to add my weather. I like weather on there. Add different airports, hospitals, things like that if you want to. Change the map if you want satellite to topographic vectors. I prefer this one right now. Here's mission library. Multiplayer, they actually have multiplayer options where you and some friends who have the same aircraft can go do these missions together. I think that's pretty cool. You'll have to give me a couple friends. Let's see, Aerosoft North Sea and offshore. I think these are both offshore. Oil rig medevac, medical evacuation of a wind float, and a platform, a ship, a wind farm substation, all medical evacuations. You can go to a scenario editor on your PC, and I believe you can make your own scenarios. We'll be doing HEMS today, HEMS. The airport to hospital patient transport, which I have never done before, would be the most easiest. You'd think, so I'm already at the airport, won't crash and kill everybody. But you have different ones you can do: airplane crash emergency rescue, rescue from a fuel station fire, hospital patient to transfer, swap from one hospital to another, farmyard, golf course, mountain. No mountains nearby, so I tend not to do that. The only one I've really done is the road accident. So we're going to check that one out today. Fly to the scene of the accident, pick up the injured, take them to a nearby hospital. Okay, sets up the mission. You can pick how far away you want it, how much you want to fly. We're going to go pretty close today. You can accept that location which has popped up, or change the location. Change the location, it will automatically just change it. If you don't like it, just keep pressing until you find a place you want to change it to. It really doesn't matter. We'll just go with that for now. Here you just accept dispatch. Now I want you to notice, it put that little GPS line there. It also just put it here and down here. So you can use your autopilot to fly to it if you want. I'm going to try just to hand fly it, because the last few times I've, pretty much killed us. So we'll just stick fly it and get on over there. Which means it may be a little bumpy ride. So bear with me. Again, I'm not a pro at flying this aircraft. I just love doing it. Good, everything's secure. A little darker than that way. Probably why they're red. People can't fly and drive in the rain. Okay. Go ahead and give it a little bit of power. It skids off the ground and then we'll take off. Power coming up. There we go. We're moving. We're off the ground. Maintaining. Alright. Up. The forward movement. Go ahead and turn out. There we go. Let's go on over there to that scene. We'll go ahead and get on up over those trees before we hit them, cause our own accident, huh? It's not going to be too far away. So I'm not using autopilot, so I'm not following that magenta line perfectly. I'm just heading towards GPS dot, which is not going to be far off. It's going to be right out through here somewhere.
Traffic.
Right, this road below us. So I'm going to slow down. Right. See a little field there? Probably going to be the road next to it somewhere. There it is, right below us. Start coming down. That's the cool thing, is they already have fire, ambulance, police. They've got a scene set up. Now, I mean, it's not, the greatest graphic wise, but it is something. It gives you no reason to fly. And this is the hardest part of flying this thing for me, is landing, especially smoothly. Don't judge me, please. See, as we get over there to it, try to land, if I can get forward over there to it, off to the left side of the accident. Come on now. Forward movement, right lateral movement. See when it says traffic, showing you where the accident is, kind of giving you a hint there. Why, I can never do this. But cars still going right to the scene. Here's my problems. I tend to come down a little too fast sometimes. I hit the road, smack it, kill everybody. I'm trying to get away from these trees. I'm coming right down into them. I don't want to move too fast though. So you got a car over there, guy waving like I can't see. No police this time, just fire apparently. Somebody laid out in the middle of the road. In my experience so far, you've got to get fairly close, but just not necessarily on top. One of your crewmates should pop out and go over there and start getting patient for you. Okay. They're all blue lights. Here in North Carolina, we don't use all blue lights. We use red and white. But this is a European-based game, so let's move forward a little bit more. Oh, I'm no good at this. I'm almost there. I swear I am. I want to move over a little bit closer to the scene. Forward some. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, 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 easy. Down, 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 down. We did it. Is he getting out? It says fly to the accident scene. There's cars going in and out of me. See if I can adjust to get to trigger the crewmate hopping out. If not, we'll just have to hoist. I don't know what the trigger is to make them hop out. That car's all messed up. Getting out. No. Still not. Okay, well, I guess switch it to hoisting. I don't know. I'm still working on figuring it all out, so I'm not sure if certain things trigger the crew coming out, or you have to hoist at certain sites, or just how that works. I'm not quite sure yet. So I'm going to go here to my autopilot. I'm going to set them to hover. It's going to stabilize itself. Bring it forward just a little bit. Still going to stabilize itself some. Go up. So hoisting actually makes sense. That's not terrible there. And we'll go back here. See the little button here says switch to hoisting. Crew is being hoisted down. It's going to do it automatically. Pretty cool, right? Check that out. And go all down by himself. I guess that's going to be that's representation of him there. We'll walk over there and get the patient, package him up. Shows me right in the middle there. Turning lights on, hoist is open. Yep. I think they're going to take a minute, you know. Check that out. He's just chilling in the door. Like a door gunner. They do take their time on the scene. I'm not sure why I didn't trigger. Maybe I have to be like a certain area of the ambulance or firefighter. I don't know. But you land at the scene and same thing will happen. Door open, guy get out, come back around, pull the gurney out, walk over to the patient, do his little thing, put him on there, bring him back, put him back in the aircraft, close the door so he can hop back in, and then you're off. But I couldn't trigger that event for some reason. Alright, so you see he's got him packaged up there. He's down below. They're both riding the hoist back up. Now, I personally have never seen Hard Hill 1, 2, 3, or 4 do this. Maybe they have the capabilities, I'm not sure. Look at that, that's some rescue Randy shit right there. There we go. Close the door.
Cabin is secure.
Alright, select a hospital. Locating nearby hospital. So I want you to actually select a hospital. Closest one I know is in Lumberton, but they don't have helipad access. The other one I know nearby would be Fayetteville. It's Highsmith Randy. That's no good there, Papa. So you got weather over here. Not sure about all that. There's Cape Fear Valley. Set destination. And it's going to do the same thing. It's going to give you a little GPS bug. There we go. See there? Well, this is where I can actually use my GPS because I don't want to hand fly that far. First thing, let me turn myself off so my legs are out of the way. Not GPS, autopilot. I don't know why I keep getting this confused. Alright, so we'll hit nav. We'll set that to GPS. It will automatically turn our aircraft. Go. Set indicated airspeed. We'll increase our indicated airspeed. You see it coming up here. Try to increase that to a little bit above 100 knots. 105, 110 knots. 115, whatever. Altitude needs to come up. Oh, thank goodness I did that quick. Windy, huh? Hold the altitude there. We're over torquing our rotors. We're going to indicate airspeed up a little bit more, about 120. Alright. So we still got us on the right path. Heading up here to Fayetteville. It's kind of windy out today because of the weather. We're cruising about 500, looks like. About 500 feet. Which we've got the added weight of the patient back there too. Three crew members, a patient, fuel, equipment. Alright, so as you see, I got us, still on GPS magenta line. Shouldn't be too far out. Does it say? 21 nautical miles. I would speed this video up, but I don't quite know how yet. So I appreciate y'all who are just kind of bugging out with me. Um, I haven't tried all of the various missions scenarios, but that is something I'd like to go through and just kind of see what they're about, see what's more fun to me anyway. In the multiplayer, from what I understand, again, you don't have to be connected in a group or a multiplayer group through Flight Simulator. You know, just be on Flight Simulator, I believe, same server, obviously. And when you're in this aircraft, there's the HPG Operations Center, which is software you can get on your desktop. When you open it up, you can actually see other people who are online with the aircraft. It's like its own little community. So you guys can connect to a party that way, and then just fly the same kind of mission, do cargo or firefighting, rescues, whatever. I think that's kind of neat, especially for those who are really into helicopter operations. And sometimes it's nice. I mean, I love general aircraft and general aviation here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think I've only got one airliner that I bought and paid for, because I'm more into the smaller rotary wing or rotary craft, turboprops and such. But every now and then you just want to get out of there and do something a little different. This always fun. Plus, it's more than just having the base pack. You can lift off, fly around, do everything you want. But now it kind of gives you a reason. Missions. I think that's pretty neat. And I mean, for the price you pay, it's not bad. They give you quite a bit, and the support and the constant updates. So, well, I really can't say much. Looks like we're not too far out. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I swear if I knew how to speed this up, especially with editing software, I would do that, so y'all don't have to do this. But those who are just kind of chilling with me and flying, I appreciate you. Also, if you want to add me as a friend on Microsoft Flight Simulator, my tag on there is Flight Medic 2121. Flight Medic altogether, FLIGHTMEDIC 2121. I always love making new friends, being able to fly with people. We fly, of course, you're watching this video through the Atlantic Coast Virtual Flying Club. Always happy to have new members, people who want to go flying with us. No mandatory requirements of how many days or flights, anything like that. It's a very casual, very fun group. Good gracious, that's some weather we're coming into, isn't it? Hopefully we can get on the ground at the hospital before we hit any of that bad stuff. I'll tell you what, I'm an old FSX user. One thing I love about Flight Simulator is one, we actually have trees and buildings. It's not just flat terrain, but the detail. Like, look at the windshield, bug splatters and such. I love that. You didn't have that in FSX. Just the realism. I only imagine another 10, 15 years what they're going to have. And by the way, I'm not flying this with VR. It's got a little Thrustmaster combo set here. Otis. And my mouse. So nothing too crazy or special. How far are we out? About 12 miles? Okay. Oh, look, the hospital's right on the edge of that weather. Gracious, maybe it'll move north by the time we get there. We're about 11.5 miles out. About 125 knots. Be there in just another minute or two. We're flying over Fayetteville, North Carolina. Some people call it Vietnam. It's not a bad place. We're going to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center, which they are local to us. They're our local trauma center in the next county up in Cumberland County. I work as a paramedic in Robinson County. We have one hospital, UNC Health Southeastern, and they are not a trauma center, although the amount of trauma that they see and deal with, that we deal with on a daily basis, they probably should be. We're flying low above these trees, aren't we? There's nothing tall sticking up. Alright, it's about 9 miles out. Look at this detail. You can see the rain. That is amazing. I love that. One thing I've always loved about flying is being able to see stuff like that. I am not a flight medic. I am a ground medic. Just paramedic, not critical care at this time. That is something I am working towards, though. I will probably never be a flight medic. I don't know if you know, but as cool as it is, it's very tight back there. And I ain't doing it. But I am enamored with flight medics and flight nurses. I think they have a great job. We're only a couple miles out now. Some of these roads I'll be able to recognize. This I don't. Actually, that may be the 295 bypass construction that they were working on. Most of that's built by now. Of course, you know, a lot of these roads are satellite imagery from, you know, a year or two ago, whatever, until they update them. We may have to overfly the hospital and come land on where I know the helipad is, although it's not represented in the game for some reason. Alright, this is Hope Mills, some of their community, the outer lying areas of Fayetteville. Should only be about, what, 5 or 6 miles out now? Just a little over 5.5 miles. Man, look at that rain. You can actually see the darkened shades where the rain was falling. Alright, we're doing good. Just about there. Look at that, you got a hole in the sky. Normally, one of the flight crews I work with, the weather was like this, they would, look at that jumping. God almighty. They would not take this flight. Yeah, that weather's coming south. See the weather on the radar here. Alright. Try to think about where we're at. I know we're coming up on it. Lake. That is Hope Mills for sure. Okay. Hospital, also coming up to that weather. Hopefully we don't hit the rain. If so, we'll be grounded at Cape Fear when we get there. Only a couple miles out now. We're gonna start bringing our speed down. I want to go zooming past it real fast. I see something here, orange. I don't know if that's an indicator where the hospital is, or is it a big ass orange flag, or what? So I dropped this down to about 70 knots. We're getting closer. We're gonna slow down more. Looks like it's gonna be like flare smoke where the hospital is. Now, normally when you fly into a hospital, they do not set off flares, but you know, not everything's perfect in this game. Find my heading bug. I'm going to turn it to the same course that we're on currently. Switches to heading, which is where? GPS track hold, press below, hover. 2%. Yes, okay. That is the hospital indeed. Slow us down some more. Yep, right where that orange smoke is where we gotta go. That's not turning us. Slow us down. I'll start turning us back around. And I'm not hand flying, I'm just turning the heading bug. Hoping it's going to do this right. And it's not. So we'll just hand fly it. Turn off autopilot. Set ourselves up. Here we go. What's back there behind us? There we go. See if I can do a decent landing, not one of those awkward landings I usually get. Slowed us down, start bringing us down. Slowed down a little too much. So right there where that smoke is coming out, it's showing like a little building. In reality, the hospital, which is actually very tall, just looks like a single story. Right where the smoke is where the real helipad is. Bring this up some more. Try to do this one shot. Slow down. Just gonna land where this funky little symbol on the grass is, or at least in that general area. I have to turn off that smoke flare. Options anyway. I landed here the other night testing this out, and my dude just jumped out with the patient and went over to the grass, kind of chunked the patient off into the grass. So there's no realism as far as taking them inside, anything like that. It's not what I've seen so far. Let's try to maneuver a little more towards the grass. Alright, let's just put it on down right where we're at. Okay, so now we're down. Says now you're located there, bring your engines to idle. That's what's going to trigger him coming out. Flight, start idle, start, oh, not shut down, start idle. Now we go to idle, there we go, doors opening, popping out. Check this, this is cool.
Traffic.
Yeah, we know it's traffic. Here comes the rear of the aircraft, that was the gurney. Patient on there. Hot load, hot unload. Doors closed. For some reason, he just kind of goes off to this angle and chuck him off in the grass and come back. There he goes. Get hit off my gurney. Bam! There he goes. Patient's in the hospital. They receive it. Got patient report. Back, when the aircraft opens, loads the gurney. We'll walk around and get back into the aircraft. Shut the door.
Cabin is secure.
Dispatch message, mission complete. You submit report, goes to Hype Online, which you can actually check that. Done. So that's it. That's one mission. I'm not going to go through all the others. I'm not going to really take off from here and fly or anything. Just kind of wanted to show you guys that, give you a little rundown. If you have any questions, leave comments below. If I need to, I'll do another video on some other stuff. So y'all have a great day.